Mark coming to you tonight on the Garage Guy 879 channel. Today is January 26th, 2019, Saturday night. And I wanted to bring to y'all something I picked up earlier today. I got this little thing right here, Glock 48. I got it at Highland Arms in Abingdon, Virginia. I had no idea I was going to buy it. I had no idea I even wanted one. But you know what? After I shot it, I'm glad I got it. After I returned from the gun shop with it, I had some ammo in my truck, and I decided to put a few rounds through it. And so what do you say we watch the video I filmed earlier this afternoon, and we'll see how she does. And I do want to make one point. Check out the spent shell ejection on this pistol. It's the best of any 9mm Glock I have ever shot. Alright, let's check this out. Straight from the gun shop, and here 20 minutes later, down at my little shooting area, the Glock 48 single stack 9mm. Let's take first shots with this. I can't wait. I'm excited. Right in the middle. You ain't gonna get much better shot than that. All right. Oh, that trigger is so nice. That is nice. That has got to have the best trigger of any Glock I've ever shot. What do you say we take some shots at the scrap steel targets over there? Alright. Kind of overlook that mess I got behind that white target frame there. I got to pick that up after I get done shooting here in a little bit. What do you say we try 10 rounds? Let's see how I do here. Hit a few, missed a few. She run good though, run really well. Got a close up. Well, my friends, what did I tell you? Did you see that spent shell ejection patterns this little gun was putting out right here? I mean, it was shooting those shell casings way out. And as far as a lot of the Gen 4 Glocks, the 9mm models go, the spent shell ejection was just terrible. Even with the higher powered rounds that I used. That's from my experience, and also from what I've seen on YouTube. The shell casings would come back in people's faces, hit them in the chest, just barely, you know, go above their arms or what have you, that kind of thing. This right here, this little guy just shot those spent shell casings right out of the way, no problem whatsoever. Earlier today, I decided to ride to Abingdon, Virginia. It's about 25 miles south of where I live here in Chilhowee. And I go down there once or twice a month just to look around. And like I said earlier, I had no idea I would come home with this. I had no idea that I wanted one of these. I was happy with something like the Taurus G2C or even a Glock 26 or my 6-round Taurus M856 revolver as far as concealed carry goes. This right here though, it's a whole different animal, the different sides of it, but with the full length slide. And of course everybody knows all this is the 43X frame with a longer slide on it. But I really like the longer slide. You know, you got a longer sight radius you can deal with, and it's much more accurate to me. Also, something else on here I want to tell you about, the trigger. I said this had the best trigger of any Glock I've ever shot, and I stand by that statement. Do a little safety check right here. It's one of the 10-round magazines. It's empty. Nothing in the chamber. We are good to go. Alright. Got some take up. Some people might call it mush, but it's no big deal to me. But this reset is awesome. Nice loud tactical pop right there. You can hear it. One more time. Boy, I like it. The grip on here is thinner than your, other Glocks, but 10 rounds, it's not that much longer. in.P shield, you've got, 7 and 8 round magazines. The 40 version, you have the 6 and 7 round magazines, and the Glock 43 is, I believe that's 6 and 7 round magazines, something like that. 6 rounds, I guess. 10 rounds. If you can't squash a threat with 2 10-round magazines full of ammo, then there's something wrong, It's just a decent little pistol. Now, of course, this here does not have the finger grooves on it, which one would say, well, the 48 is a Gen 5. But if you look on the other side, it does not have the slide catch lever like the Gen 5s do. So you might say, well, maybe it's Gen 4. I call it a Gen 4.5. That's what I think. But anyhow, what it comes with is this. The gun, of course. You got 2 10-round magazines, as you can see here. No problem. Got the red followers, of course. I do like this ammo load assist tool a little bit better. It does have the little ridges or whatever on it, kind of like the grip part does here. And you got your lock and brush and what have you, and the paperwork. But this right here, let me get this out of the way. Sweet little shooter. Best trigger on any, best factory trigger on any Glock I've ever fired. Does have the larger magazine release button here. The sights, your standard Glock sights, of course. We all know what those are, and these 48s do have, some of them, the Glock factory night sights. As a matter of fact, in the gun shop I was at, there was this one, and there was another 48 with the night sights. Well, another gentleman in there was looking at the one with the night sights, and I've always been one to try and follow gun shop etiquette, gun shop protocol or whatever. If somebody's looking at one, you don't step on his toes and try and get in front of him or whatever, There's a certain courtesy you have in places like that. Well, he decided to buy it, and it was $40 more than this one. This one here was, $30. This one here was $4.49. Now, I had looked at Bud's website when I got home and finished shooting, and they are currently running at $4.54. Of course, I did have to pay Virginia sales tax, and if I'd ordered from Bud's, then I would have had a $12 transfer fee. So I come out paying about $7 more than I would have if I'd ordered this from Bud's. But that's no big deal. I don't have to wait on it. Right here it is, and I'm glad I got it. Now, as far as the finish here on the slide, this does remind me of a car. The with the silver looking slide and the black frame, of course. But I don't know what you would call this finish on it. It's smooth, but it's not slick. It does have front serrations and back serrations. No problem. No problem. But it's, I don't know if you'd call it almost a powder coat or something like it. I don't know what the slide finish is here on. Really don't. Couldn't tell you. Point, name, and safe direction. Good to go. Okay. Magazines, even though they're brand new, they were very easy to load by hand. And I do have a up-little mag loader that I use. I don't use the mag loading tools that come with these Glocks. Up-little is the way to go. But like I said, these here weren't tight at all. I could load them by hand, no problem. Some people might like the 43s or they might like the 43X better, but like I said, the longer slide, longer line of sight on here. I did shoot a Glock 43 here a few months ago. It was alright. I like the Shield better, but this right here, the longer slide, yeah, that really got my attention. Now, I think I can only think of 2 other manufacturers that have the small grip, and but they got the long slide. Now, Honor Guard has several different models of subcompact pistols, and one of them has a 3.8-inch barrel and slide on it. Very good guns. And I think Springfield has a model like it with about a 3.8-inch barrel on it too. But this right here, I get it. I like the longer slide. Like I said, it's more accurate to me. That 43 I shot here a few months ago, I was decent with it. But this right here, I like it much better. Now, a lot of people might opt to go for the 43X. That's fine. That's your own choice. And then I know a lot of other people are like, well, I've already got the Glock 26. It's got a 10-round capacity. I'll stick with that. Hey, that's a real good choice. A lot of people out there have the Taurus G2C or the G2 111s. They have 12-round capacity. That's fine. Those are good little guns. Probably the best Taurus makes. But this right here, I really enjoyed shooting this. Right here where I shot it, it is kind of dirty. Have to wipe that off. What do you say we go ahead and just take it apart real quick? We've already safety checked it, no problem. Back right here is 2 tabs down. Pull the trigger. Voila. Just like that quick. The guide rod spring on here reminds me of the Glock 36, a single stack 45. The piece here on the outside spring is not solid. As a matter of fact, you can see the inner spring right here, or you can't, and here you can. Don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. The barrel right here, we go ahead. Nice slick finish on the barrel. Feed ramp is kind of dirty, no problem. But standard Glock fare right here. Go ahead to put it back together. Just do this all in reverse. Get in there. Alright. Guide rod spring right back in there. Take a look here at the frame part. Standard Glock pair. Easy to clean, easy to maintain. And I did notice something. You know, on a Gen 4 Glocks, this piece right here would have that little bump on it. This does not have that. Alright. Now I'll get this line back up. And it is a little bit different. Not much though. There we go. Point and aim in safe direction. Good to go. Well, listen, I'm going to keep this video short. There's going to be a lot more videos other people are doing about the Glock 48. But to me, like I said, from my previous experience with the Glock 43, I like the 48 much better. And once again, why? Longer line of sight right here. It makes me feel like I'm much more accurate with the 48 than I was with the 43. Okay, a good choice for concealed carry, target shooting, plinking, whatever. I would really love to see Glock come out in this version with a 357 SIG version. Boy, that would be my dream gun right there. But Glock 48 Gen 4.5 is what I call it. One thing I would do to it, as I do with all my Glocks, even though you got some stippling here on the grip and on the back, rubberized Talon grips, my friends, makes a world of difference. Alright, I cannot stress that enough. I will be doing that, putting a set of Talons on here, the rubberized grips. Alright, as soon as they come out with them, I'm going to order a set. Well, this is Mark, Garage Guy 879. I hope you all have a nice weekend. And like I always say, when you go shooting, please be safe.